We progress on. Chelsea denofa. What do you think of Chelsea's car? Back at it again, kind of new livery, the Pennzoil look. What are your expectations for Chelsea's year?
Well, he was looking really strong in practice. We stood over by outside zone 1 this morning watching practice, and he was on it immediately.
Yeah.
There was really no warm-up for him. He just went right in. I think he was here on media day as well, so it probably gave him a little more comfort coming into today, but definitely looked locked in right away.
I mean, people ask me, like, hey, how was the offseason? Chelsea hasn't had an offseason. This guy's driving every weekend. Yeah. Here we go, the Pennzoil Synthetics. BC Racing, oh, look at that, smashing in, bumper budget, once again. Chelsea not as close as they could be on outside zone 2, dives in on 3, so outside touch and go. Big slow, and you can hear that exhaust note. So kind of slid it on into the touch and go. It was the right line, but would have liked to have him on throttle. So I want to back it up. Again, could have been closer on outside zone 2. Obviously, got as close as possible. Chelsea is known for just shredding bumpers. He eats them up, but let's look at it again.
Well, that's the downside of putting the rear of the car so deep into one zone is when you transition thinking you're going to be on the wall, because you're like an extra foot deeper on that side of the track. When you transition to the other side, you're going to be off a little bit, and that seems like what happened with Chelsea here. It did throw him off a little bit. You can see he went a little bit off of outside zone 3 as well. Could have been deeper there. Yeah. But again, it's the risk you take going into turn 1. It's either you're a little too far or not far enough, or you're going to get right on that fine edge, basically, because it's kind of blind when you come around turn 1. So.
And it's really going to throw you off. Do you see that? Because I mean, we see him really back it in. It didn't disrupt the car because, again, that back bumper on those Mustangs, it can take a lot. Yep. You know, like a shorter bumper, like a Ryan Turk bumper, your margin of error is a lot slimmer. But as long as it doesn't disrupt, I think you're all right. But what are your thoughts in regards to just slamming it in and backing in? Because historically we have seen people take themselves out going to what used to be a touch and go is now an outside zone.
Yeah, well, we try to tell them don't use the walls as the bumpers that you can get when you're going bowling. The gutter guards. We don't want you to treat the walls like a gutter guard to keep your car on the track. So we're not looking for you to bury the back of the car in there. So he did lose a point online there because of the fact that he buried the back of the car in a little bit deeper than we'd like. But overall, a great score.
Yeah, I mean, look at that line. So as you said, but look at that angle 30, style 27,
yep.
But line was down quite a bit. So he slides in with a 91. He does time at field, but because of, I believe it's the style score, he is defaulted to
second.
Correct.
That's exactly it. Yep. Despite the fact that line is worth more points, style is still the first tiebreaker. Yeah.
All right, so this is our first buy run of 22 because unfortunately Darren Kelly and that Aston Martin is a scratch. We're going to see that Heart of Racing Aston Martin Vantage in New Zealand, and would love to see the new engine. But the Pennzoil RTR Spec 5D, and it's got all the air being filtered through the K&N air filter. K&N air filters, the official air filter of Formula Drift. All the way out, listen to Mr. Chelsea denofa.
That's the risk you take, Jared, on the wide line.
Yeah, that is true. And guess what? In between, the fans didn't see it, but we did have the street sweepers clean it up.
Right.
So that just goes to show you,
Oh, so you're saying no excuse, Chelsea? Is that what you're saying right now?
Fact, no excuse for him to spin. We got rid of the marbles, dog. I mean, come on. Some people are playing checks and chess. Some people are playing chess, and some people are playing checkers. I'm obviously playing neither of them. I'm up here talking smack. Regardless, Chelsea denofa gets the win. He gets the buy run here because unfortunately Darren Kelly had to withdraw. Wife, thank you too. Thank you, Stephanie and Tyson and Parker and Rowan. Thank you to Rowan for coming. Here we go, back in the action. Chelsea denofa, Kyle Lemetis Mohan in the building. Chelsea denofa, big wide swing of that Pennzoil lubricants. Mustang RTR Spec 5D. Big swing there from Chelsea denofa. Oh, massive angle from denofa. It looked like he was going to spin there, Ryan.
How did he hang on to that?
That was insano. Yo, the amount of angle that he had going into outside zone 3. Back it up, back it up, back it up, back it up. We got to see that again. Kyle Mohan, Renewable Lubricants, Mazda Tricks, Mazda RX-8. He's from right here in Long Beach. Chelsea denofa, massive angle. Now keep in mind, denofa, 4th overall last year, a real contender for the championship.
All right, let's look at this initiation. Looks clean. You can see in the chase there, we had a little bit of a bobble from Mohan, but then look at denofa on outside zone 1 and 2. The angle here it doesn't look sustainable. It doesn't look like he was going to get through there, but he did. But you could tell that he had a lot of angle that drove him in a little bit. And then when it came time to transition the car at the touch and go, he was on a bit of an odd line. So if we can see here, he gets close to 3, but not quite in there. But
not
watch,
deep.
He's so close to the left side of the track because his angle was so big that I don't know if he was expecting the car to go in that much at that point in time. So that angle sort of hurt him a little bit line-wise.
I mean, he spun out earlier in practice, and that's what caused the contact earlier with another driver. So, you know, is the car just loose? Is that what he wants, or is he just kind of dealing with what he's dealt? I know Vaughn, he's team owner, RTR, right? So he was, teammate and the captain, but now he's just kind of kicking back. He's going off-roading and kind of hung his helmet in the drifting world. But Chelsea denofa, I'm sure he's going to get some insight from whoever's in his ear. But guess what? Kyle Mohan would love to play spoiler. His best finish was here in Long Beach. He got 4th. Has never podium. Would love to see him podium right here in Long Beach. The lone rotary in competition, the lone Mazda in competition. Would love to see him throw down. But Chelsea is definitely, like I said, 4th overall in the championship, a real contender. And here we go. That renewable lubricants Mazda RX-8 Mazda Tricks comes into view and into that first outside zone, gets all the way out there. Chelsea denofa slaps the wall, gets out of shape. Now coming to that final outside zone, big angle from Mohan into the touch and go. Denofa applying the pressure. I'll tell you what, Denofa, he went a little ham, dude. Like he was going for it. And Mohan, I don't know if he was going to fall in there. Mohan really deep, really good lead run.
It was, and it's interesting to see the different dynamics of both cars and the different driving styles of both of these drivers. But Chelsea denofa here, he gets out to the wall in the chase position, and it looks like it actually forced his transition a little bit early. So yeah, that's what it was. As soon as he hit the wall, the car started to straighten, and he just decided to transition. But he made it work. There was a bit of a pause there, but you can see that in the lead position, Kyle was doing a great job. He hit that inside clip with the bumper there, but overall, really great run from Kyle Mohan. Let's focus on Kyle here instead of Chelsea. Really great, right out to the wall. And again, that forced transition from the wall hit there. But look at the line that Kyle Mohan's running. Great on 1, great on 2, out to 3. That gave Chelsea the ability to really run a great chase run behind him. And I don't think he could have done such a great chase run behind a lead run that wasn't high level as well. Yeah,
it was. I mean, hats off to Mohan. He's had some kind of bad luck over the years, but it was a great run. Denofa just has that impact, that X factor that we always talk about. And going from qualifying now into head-to-head, the numerical system's out the window. Slide him left for Denofa, right for Mohan, and Denofa gets the win. Now we move on to Denofa and Osbo. 1 and 4 overall last year. And Frederick Osbo qualifying 7th. Denofa qualifying 2nd. Then talking about Matt Field, who qualified 3rd, and Dylan Hughes, who qualified 6th. So look at the numbers. It seems that qualifying has worked out, just the way you'd expect. And here we are, just whittling it down. The gentlemen that are intended to be here are showed early on signs of success. Here we go.
This should be interesting, Jared.
This should be really good. Chelsea denofa, Pennzoil, RTR Spec 5D. Wow, look at that nasty swing by Denofa. The defending champion, Frederick Osbo, chasing him down. Denofa taps it. Massive angle. Whoa. What was Denofa going? Absolutely ham, steak, and eggs, all of it. Denofa has just been airing it out, but unfortunately not a swish, a bit of an air ball when it comes to that flick. So Denofa, again, always loves to go 11. Say howdy, get rowdy. That is not where you want to be, Denofa.
These are two very different driving styles here.
Yeah.
Osbo is calculated. He is very precise. Chelsea is very aggressive and very entertaining. And sometimes he goes just a little bit too far, but look at Osbo behind him. So what I found interesting initially was we always say that the chase car has to give the lead car the right of way on initiation. Osbo always takes a chance by getting his nose just beside the rear of the car. And in this case, Chelsea swung the tail of his car out before initiating, and Osbo had to avoid it. So that just before that happened, Osbo had to kind of get out of the way of Chelsea, but he managed to get real close to him anyway. Watch the transition here from Chelsea. Huge, huge transition. So big that he could not maintain it and ended up going inside very aggressively. The car just gripped up as he lifted, and it wanted to go in towards that inside wall. Managed to keep it off the wall, managed to keep it from spinning, and Osbo stayed close behind him, just mere inches away, but incredible, incredible drive from both these drivers. Of course, Osbo just needs to get a clean lead run in front here.
It's going to be his.
And it'll be his. So all he has to do is make sure he gets through. Chelsea's going to put on pressure. I'm hoping to see big things from Chelsea here. Just put that pressure on Osbo and force a mistake of some kind. But let's see what happens.
All right, here we go. Frederick Osbo, Rockstar Energy Drink, Toyota GR Supra. Gets out of the outside zone, like we said, just kind of run even keel. Oh, what a denofa! Woo! That's what you wanted, Montaigne. Denofa hurt you, but he dives in on the inside contact. Dude, Denofa part-time is a magician, obviously, pulling a Mustang out of his hat and massive angle. It didn't work on the first battle, but how he made that connection from that outside zone 3. Look, they're saying one more time already here in the building.
I'd love to see that again, too.
Oh, man.
I didn't think he was going to get up to Osbo's side on inside clip 1, and he did, but then, of course, he came in too fast and had to stop, to not make contact, but ended up stalling the car. But that was incredible. Watch the proximity from Chelsea Denofa here. So Osbo, great line there, great transition. And this is where Chelsea puts on the pressure. Probably got some door rubbing going on there. And then Chelsea's line right here, I thought there's no way that's going to work. And it kind of didn't. It did, and then it didn't. I didn't think he was going to make it around the clip at all, but he managed somehow to draw a line, although very straight, right to that clip, and it just parked right there.
Yeah,
incredible.
Lorette Nickel, if you can hear me, I want to see and hear what was going through Chelsea's mind. Not only this run, because he knew he needed to throw it down. He's going against defending champion. He was a contender last year, came up a bit short, and he came up a bit short right now. But you can just see he's driving with a certain tenacity, aggressiveness that he always does. But he's got to rise to the occasion. Slide him left for Denofa or right for Frederick. Ever podium. And he had the Permatex livery. Right now he wants to do Royal Purple proud. Always does. But he's got to rise to the occasion. Slide him left for Denofa or right for Frederick.